Okay, Aquarius, today we are taking las maracas because we're going to Cuba. All right, we're smoking Romeo y Julieta in just a little bit. And we're going to start off with, of course, the Hanson Roberts Tarot. I haven't even pulled up a chair yet. Let's pull up a chair. Quiero un cafecito, mija. All right, un cafecito. All right, so we're going to start off with the Hanson Roberts Tarot just to get a base. Oh, we need to get the wand. All right, con permiso, brujita. We're going to get the wand from the kitchen witch. And from time to time, you'll hear the volume fluctuating a little bit. I am using regular earbuds. I don't want to use a professional mic right now because I want to go for speed, okay? Because we're going to smoke a cigar. All right, so where are we going? Aquarius. Woo! Already talking? All right, we've got the two all believers card. Don't worry about that one being in reverse. You know that right now, wait, ma ferefun elegua, ma ferefun todos, ma ferefun egun. Ma ferefun no chuno batala. Olofi siempre con amor. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got the Three of Pentacles. Somebody's watching me from Nigeria. I've got friends in Nigeria. This is the time for their Osogbo. All right, maferefun todos in Nigeria. All right, we like Nigeria. I'm going to get there too. I got to go to India first because, oh my gosh, it's already jumping. I'm going to fly to India. It's going to happen. I was from India in a past life. I already know this. All right, so here we go. We've got the Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles for your challenge, Two of Pentacles for your finances, looking very pentacly, Aquarius. All right, let's see. So you'll hear me moving around a bit. I mean, I get a little bit hyper depending on how this goes. And of course, you know, if you hear the volume fluctuate, it's just my proximity to the camera. All right, somebody's in Nigeria. Somebody's Nigerian. Beautiful. I really need to get there. That's got to happen for me. I mean, I'm not leaving this planet without going to the places that I want to see because I want to see them here while I can talk about it with my friends. All right. On the split, we've got the Ten of Swords and the Lover. So some situation that's probably financial or work related is ending and something new, a choice is coming in for work. All right. Tell us about romance. Let's see, it doesn't usually get too crazy with you guys, Aquarius. Very rarely does it get cray, okay? But you never know. You could be any significant placement of Aquarius. You could be a cross-watcher watching for Aquarius. You could be a curious George. Maybe your name is George. My uncle's name was George. Was your uncle named George? I've got Brandon. I don't know if Brandon's dead. Am I channeling dead people today? I don't know if I'm channeling dead people today. All right, let's see. Well, if it happens, it happens. Oh, okay, so for romance, it came out sideways. I happen to feel inclined to leave it sideways. So the Two All Believers card in the Hanson Roberts Tarot, for those of you that don't already know, is kind of a wild card. It's intended to be left for maybe those of you that like a bit of mystery and don't want to know everything, or there's something that is meant to be left to the great unknown or the divine. I just see it as a wild card, and then it helps me channel a bit right through that portal right there. Okay, let's see. Temperance sideways. Somebody feels just a little off balance, maybe a little off kilter. Maybe you're having a, balance issue. Remember, if you feel inclined to investigate further, if you feel like it's significant and it's not some inner ear situation, or you just want to verify that. Remember, I'm not a medical doctor, obviously. If I were a medical doctor, I'd still be doing this because I do this for fun. This is how I get my wiggles out. All right, so I'm feeling curious about that Temperance card. Tell us about the solution, in this preliminary. I didn't do a premeditation here. I didn't meditate preemptively. I just kind of went with it because the spirit guided me to. Okay, so tell us about the solution or the summary, something that gives us some guidance on that Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is working together. Now in the Hanson Roberts Tarot, it differs from the original art that people are accustomed to seeing, i.e. the Universal Weight, Rider Waite Classic. because we don't see the other people working. So maybe you work at home, maybe you work alone, maybe you want to work alone, and that is a challenge. All right. Let's see. Remember to stay in the light and to stay positive. Don't go to the dark side. Okay. We can investigate what we do, but we stay away from any negative, dark vibrations, dark, negative situations that could bring us closer to our doom. Literally. Okay. And just because of that, shake the maraca again. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that. Okay, never mind. I'm Cuban, so I'm going to go full Miami Sound Machine on you. I saw Gloria Estefan in the Miami Sound Machine in concert, courtesy of one of my bosses at a particular bank where I was treated like a precious being. Okay, he gave me tickets to go see the Miami Sound Machine with my first husband. And I was like, wow, she had just broken her back in that accident in the tour bus. And it was amazing. I just could not believe this. I really wish we were actually pretty close. I wish we'd been closer. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. So, all right, Aquarius, it gets interesting, does it not? Let me think a little bit before I say much else. Do you want to go to Cuba? I'm Cuban, 100%, both parents, but I was born in LA. Okay, so I tell people that makes it much more interesting. All right, let's see. I just want to see if they say anything else. Okay, so let me see if I can just shed some light on the To All Believers card before we clarify. To all believers, why is this theme unknown? What's up in the air? What's the wildness here? Why my kung fu grip? Okay, I've got to let go. You guys have to let go. If you're in a relationship that's over, or like, you know, reminds me of a famous song, the refrain, this boat is sinking, this boat is sinking. If your boat is sinking, man, jump, okay? Do the way my father told me, you get out, you don't look back, you just start swimming, okay? You just get away. All right, Aquarius, if it doesn't want to, you know, tell us anything else and we are left literally to the mystery that the card represents, then it gives us two. For some of you, you could be going through a relationship that's, you know, kind of off balance. It could be in a work-related situation that you are bucking the system, that you don't want to do things a traditional way, that you are looking to do something quite unorthodox. You know, when is an Aquarius not unorthodox? I love you guys. I've got a brother who's an Aquarius, and I have a son who's an Aquarius, and both of them are Cancer rising. One of them is not quite, it's an approximation, but we went with it years ago because of birth certificate issue. You know, we were having difficulty getting the time correct, and both those people they could have been from the same exact genetic strain, which, you know, of course, being uncle and nephew. All right, let's see. Now, we also have that Eight of Wands. I'm going to leave it here, you know, because it feels like it does go there. This is telling me that there is a new beginning. That would make sense. We've got the new beginning, you trying to challenge a system, buck the system, do something different, become unorthodox, and that was clarifying the To All Believers. So maybe you believe something completely different than what you used to believe, and now you feel like it's time for a new beginning to start working on something different. As it relates to your pentacles, to your money, to your finances, it seems like there is, you know, maybe you're working on two different projects at the same time. Maybe you're working on two different jobs at the same time. You know, it just could be that you're trying to make ends meet by juggling a few things at once and kind of like not robbing Peter to pay Paul, but more or less trying to keep the money flowing and spending it the way that you like to or you need to. I think we're going to move to clarification in a second here. But for the relationships, romance, like I said, we got the Temperance card. Maybe something is a little bit off balance. Maybe you're feeling like, you know, maybe we're not vibing the way that we want to, both of us at the same time. Doesn't mean that a relationship is on the outs just because we see the Hierophant, because I don't have a Justice card. And, you know, he didn't exactly present in the reverse, and I didn't feel inclined to reverse him all the way. So there could be a little bit of a challenge in a relationship. No panicking, people. Remember, when a relationship is over, it's over. If it's not over, you stay in as long as you need to. It depends on your level of commitment and how you feel about it. Okay, so let's clarify Unless it gets wild, I'm not pulling out any crazy decks, okay? I don't want to. So we're going to clarify just with this small one. We have at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So I think I'm going to place this here. The news that you're waiting for is moving very, very slowly or not at all. Or it seems like what you're working on may be, you may not be seeing the fruits of your labors, quite literally. Maybe you work on a farm. Maybe you work on crops. Maybe you work in Nigeria in some agriculture, since Nigeria is watching me. All right, let's clarify the Two of Pentacles, Holy Spirit and holiest angels. Saint Michael is with us, protecting us while we do this, so everybody's okay. All right, no one will come against you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Mafirefun chango, okay? Nobody can hurt you when you remain attached to the divine. And it doesn't matter what culture, where you come from, what book you read, which books you don't, okay? The divine is the divine. I love the teachings of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, okay? That's, I'm in a past life, I was shown very clearly. India, absolutely. And I loved it, and I have made a couple of attempts to go back in my own way during some meditations that I guide myself through, and I've successfully made it, but then when I try to go home and see my home, that gets more difficult. There's a couple of other approaches I want to take, but sometimes we're not meant to know so that we can rediscover our soul family there. Somebody's yogi instructor. Somebody's a yogi. Somebody's a yogi. Ooh, okay. Nice to meet you, whomever you are. All right, let's continue clarifying. I really want to know, almost, about that Two of Pentacles. So why is it that you're trying to juggle the money right now? Or, you know, remember, Pentacles are material things, tangible things, things that you hold with your hands, resources, things of value, things that last, things that are permanent. They don't always have to mean the lawnmower in the garage, okay? But it can. Maybe you have a lawnmower. Maybe you need one, okay? I'm not sure. All right. I'm going to check this from, you know, time to time because I just don't want any issues. Oh, my gosh! All right. I'm going to move this here because there will be movement. It seems like, you know, with Major Arcana, we have cards that are, it's kind of the divine order that things are just going to go the way they're going to go no matter what. But it is in the upright position, so something will move forward. And as you'll notice, there are also two beasts here, beasts of burden. They look like sphinxes. So here with this chariot, something is in divine timing. Something refers to astrology. And if you'll notice, someone here is a Jedi, okay? He is guiding the beast of burden only with his hands. He holds no reins. For those of you that know how to ride horses, you'll know that you're holding on to the reins the majority of the time, unless you're a badass and you've got that thing, you know, by the... All right, now this Seven of Wands, I'm going to leave it there because that lets me know that you're fighting through something, you're defending your position, you're taking care of yourself. Wands are action, they are of the fire element, so very good for you. And I really like the Hanson Roberts Tarot art here because you'll see he doesn't look frenetic or frenzied or frantic. He looks like he is in control. He looks very well dressed. His hair looks great. He's having a Fabio moment. And these wands are more or less pointing at him. Okay, the wands are indicating at him, pointing at him, but not really hurting him. He's just holding his own. It could be that you're defending your reputation or strengthening your reputation. Oh boy, I just noticed something about my dress here I didn't notice before. All right. Maybe there's something about this situation you haven't noticed before. Okay, let's see. We're going to clarify. I still feel like I want to clarify that Seven of Wands. Clarify the Seven of Wands. Why are we defending ourselves, protecting ourselves, holding our position? Because you've come out of some difficult situation. Now, swords are the air element, so this talks about having sleepless nights, literally having a nightmare on your hands, holding your head, having headaches, having some issues associated with the crown chakra. All right, and with the 7 to the 9, it could be that, you know, you have been regaining your strength after battle, after nightmares, after battling the dragon that you see in the after tarot of the nightmares. You know, you've really come into your own. I've kind of tipped my wand there, but here we go. So let's further clarify. I want to move away. Let's heal this thing right here. I want to move away from that Nine of Swords because you've already released that, okay? Let's clarify the Chariot. How are we moving forward? I don't see anything crazy with your reading. Thank goodness. I've had a couple of crazy readings already. Whoa. Okay, so clarifying the Chariot is the Five of Pentacles. So forward movement, maybe you and your partner, if you have one, doesn't have to be, I mean, this could represent a puppy. This could just mean other mendicants in the environment. Okay, you're coming out of that. You've been able to find the help and the resources that you need. Although somebody's got a head injury or had a head injury, you know, look at this. Somebody has gone through a health issue. You know, look at the long-suffering wife with them. Doesn't mean that you have to be a man, a woman. It doesn't matter. You know, just take the energy of the cards. So you're moving forward after a battle with something. It could have been a health issue. Could have been feeling out in the cold. Should have, you know, could have been unemployment, quite literally, as it relates to the Pentacles. Things are moving forward. That's all we got to know. So clarifying the Temperance card, which is sideways, and curiously, I've left it that way. Because I think that this is temporary, you know, that it will right itself in time. All right. Clarifying in romance, the Temperance card. For those of you that are single, it just could be that you're vacillating between wanting to be single, not wanting to be single, wanting to commit. Why can't you just be free and have it all? I mean, you could be in a committed relationship without feeling that you are committing to being tied down or literally locked down or caged in. Nobody is a prisoner. Nobody in any relationship, even in a committed marriage contract, you know, not anybody really is stuck to anything. It's a commitment that you make. It's legally binding because that's the way that we divvy up things when something goes wrong. This one wanted to pop out. For some of you, there is the end to this stagnation, the stalemate. Could be an end literally to, you know, for those of you that are in a very weakened relationship, I don't see it as a high-level commitment or contract. It looks like it could be the end of that, but it doesn't seem to be a significant proposition here because there's really nothing else that is screaming relationship issue to me. For some of you, it's going to be the end of being single. All right, let's see. And I know that sounds general, but I got to talk to the collective, and we're in Nigeria right now. I feel like I'm bilocating. Okay, let's see. Clarify the Death card. Especially because it didn't, like, jump out at me. Clarifying the Death card. Clarify the Death card. Why is the Death card here, Holy Spirit? All right, somebody's of Egyptian ancestry. I know, I feel that one strongly. And I mean it like you would know. You're an Egyptian, okay? Walk like an Egyptian, right? Egypt is another place I need to get. I need to see it all, okay? I'm one of those people, I don't care. I'll be 85 years old. And I'm still going to be on a plane, a train, and an automobile trying to get somewhere, go somewhere, see something. You know, Aquarius is a very expansive energy. You guys are so visionary that, you know, look, you'd be the first one telling me, Rita, there's an app for this, and you can see it with your Oculus. And, you know, that's good. But I need to touch the land. I need to stand on it with my bare feet. I need to pay my respects to the different holy places and cities. And, yes, I know how to dress for each of those places and make sure, you know, when in Rome, we do as the Romans. Okay, let's see. We respect other countries. We make sure that we understand what the cultures are before we visit. Okay? I want to see the people. I just want people to talk to me. Talk to me in a foreign language, and you've got me forever. I just love language. Okay, so clarifying the Death card. It's the end of a cycle that wasn't going your way. And again, we see the end of a job or project. So for some of you, you're literally looking for that next project, and it is coming, baby. You know why? Because you keep defending yourself, you keep defending your reputation, strengthening your curriculum vitae, and here you are in the Chariot, moving forward like a Jedi. And remember, when you're a Jedi, you don't have to do tricks because the Force is moving through you. You are one with the Force, and the Force is one with you. All right? So that's the end of that cycle. Who is the King of Pentacles in reverse? This is, oh, wow. Okay, cool. All right, so it looks like this will also be transmuted. The Angel of Temperance is here in the upright. There could be a Sagittarian energy. You know, you know, there are times that I do quote all of the signs. Other times I don't because I don't feel led to. But here something comes back into balance. I believe that the King of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who's been holding out on you. Maybe if this is a work situation and you are project or contract based, this is an individual who wasn't giving. Okay? Maybe it wasn't fair. Look, there are plenty of us people like me working independently, looking for work, doing whatever it is that we need to do, but at the same time, we don't sell ourselves short. You never do. Don't sell yourself short. I know how much I'm worth. They either give it to me or they don't, but I know what I deliver, as do you. All right, clarifying the King of Pentacles. Who is this guy? I want to call him a penguin. Is somebody like the penguin? You know, somebody been miserly with you, you know, to maybe talk to you like this. Well, you know, we just don't have the funds to fund your project any longer, but we'd like you to stay on to train the next generation. No, 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 no. If the King of Pentacles is not giving and expects you to stand around to train and bring other people in balance with the force, no, 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 honey. They pay for it or you walk. I've had to do that. I left a toxic job, not because I didn't like, most of the coworkers, or I didn't like the new owners. I did, but I just knew, y'all are not going to pay me is what's going to happen. And I waited for those new owners to get there. I gave them months and months in advance warning that would happen. They didn't communicate it correctly, and they committed wage theft against me, which is not cool. They owe me money. I know that they're having a hard time with their business, but, you know, people got to eat and girls got to work. Okay. Woo! Yes. Okay. You're going to have something to celebrate. This man cannot keep you down. He either gives you what you want or you are walking. Let's clarify something here. I know it's going to get crazy for just a few seconds. I don't know if I want it. Okay. For giggles. Okay. I just want to get a couple of omens here. These are channeled messages, so take it easy. Mucho cuidado. Take it easy and don't take all of this to heart. Depends on what I say. All right. Why was this King of Pentacles, who could have been an earth sign, a Taurus, a Capricorn, a Virgo? Doesn't have to be, just somebody in control of the Pentacles, but greedy, stingy, definitely in reverse, holding back from you, trying to keep all the Pentacles for himself. All right. What was his major malfunction? Ha! Because of his ex-wife. I don't know what that means, you know, so maybe this will go sideways, so we can't do this too much with these cards. You know, so maybe he was having trouble at home, feeling like a jerk. For some of you that feel inclined, remember, I am reading to the populace. For some of you, there could have been a black witch working against you, but quite obviously that has been transmuted because we don't have a nasty witch group of covens in reverse trying to come for you. But sometimes, this wasn't supposed to be in this position. Okay, so I'm just going to put them out there because they're not in the right position. So someone with dark skin could be a factor. The month of February could be significant here. A copycat couldn't copy you. And a person of air. Person of air would be you, so that would be somebody who is an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. All right, we'll just, we'll take the bald head. Somebody's got a bald head. All right, I love a bald head. You know, you just, I love it. I love it when a man doesn't dye his hair. You don't need to. If you want to, you do it. If you do it, I just kind of feel weird about it. I don't know. That's just me. I like to see a man with graying hair, whatever he looks like, however he looks like, you know, like a total Tobey Maguire on the beach with no gym support, and, you know, just out there hanging because it's natural. I love it. Okay. Let's get some signs just to clarify here. The letter H could be significant to you. We have an Aquarius, that's you. We have a Pisces, a water sign. We have a Virgo that could be significant to you, that's an earth sign. We have an Aries, a fire sign. We have a Gemini, a fellow air sign, and another Aquarius, double Aquarius here. Remember, you know, if you know your placements, that helps. If you know Vedic astrology, that's even more helpful, but it changes things, as well as the precession of the equinoxes. So, moving forward, let's get you some oracles so that we know where we're going. First of all, before anything gets weird, you know, I don't think it's going to, let's get you a motivational statement, okay? Let's get a motivational statement. You with a bald head who could be in February and the copycat couldn't copy you, the black witch coven couldn't come for you, somebody with dark skin, or maybe, you know what, I really like dark meat. I'm already thinking about Thanksgiving. Somebody's ex-wife. Yours looks good, Aquarius. So thank you for making it easy for me. All right, we're just going to take the oracle. Let's see. If it doesn't pop out, we take the split. It did pop out. I give myself permission to follow my own path. Of course. Of course. That's talking about you being a leader in your own right. You leading yourself by your own invisible reins. You are leading the horse. You're leading the sphinxes. You lead the chariot this way. Do we dare go any further? I think we'll go this way. I think we're going to go with Sonia Choquette's Trust Your Vibes Oracle. This one is very old. One of my favorite, helped me a lot when I was first remote viewing and leaving my body. Actually, I had to train myself not to. Oh, already. Okay. So, oh my gosh! Spirit, you're amazing! Aquarius. Stay in your own skin. You can't make this up. This is incredible. This is incredible. Stay in your own skin. That means stay yourself. Be you. Do we dare get another? I think we shall. Okay, stay in your own skin. Don't go floating off. Stay in your body. If you are a person that engages in astral travel, remember to keep that cord plugged in, okay? Okay. Vibe check. All right. Vibe check. So the vibe check talks about making sure you're checking in with yourself and that you're not letting other people change what you believe about yourself. You are who you believe you are. That's why it's important to have very strong self-confidence, self-awareness, and understanding that you are the best at what you do. I feel inclined. I know what we're going to do with vibe check. Let's get some charms for you. This is very nice. Okay, so we just are going to dig in here. Let's see, what are we getting? Now I'm going to turn my face so that I don't know what we're getting, and I really try not to feel your way. Somebody likes the movie Grease. Okay, whoa, okay. Somebody could be getting a new house or the keys to a new opportunity. This comes from my brother's daughter's wedding. Somebody could like bicycle, I want to ride. Okay. All right, we have a weird key, another key. We have indications of forward movement of doors being unlocked for you. We have a butterfly, transformation, while staying in your body and anchoring yourself to what you know is true about you. You know, I see something interesting. Okay, somebody could be connected to the ocean. Somebody could be connected to deep sea diving or really like that idea. All right, now this palm tree is missing its base and it's just the palms. You've transcended something. I've got the wedding ring. So for those of you that are having, you know, ideas of whether or not this your relationship is fine if you're in a high level commitment. Oh my gosh, I've got a pressed penny, of course, from my hometown, my backyard. I love LA. Somebody's going to Los Angeles or is from Los Angeles. Now, I've got a shoe, and I really like this shoe. I know how to run in heels. And I have the compass. You know where you're going, and you're going to take yourself there by your own 2 feet. You will do it on your own. I'm getting that song by Sia, These Little Black Sandals.
Ma fere fumo e le qua.